I equipped, I was in a Fury Chimera on Dead City in a game, and all I did was take 4 steps to the right, and I did not move from that spot for the whole 10 minutes, and I just fired these 3 Chimera off, and I got over 600,000 damage. Granted, halfway through the game, one of those Weyland bots came up and healed me, which allowed me to continue camping. But yeah, it doesn't address the mid-game meta problem that's currently plaguing war robots at the moment. It just adds to it. So I'm starting here in my Flux Chimera Butch, just because I did a game just now that I tried recording with, but all my teammates really sucked, so I couldn't really talk about any of the points I wanted to because the game was lost. Because obviously all the other toys are available on the test, which they should be, because that allows people who actually want to test things to test in how the game is actually going to be played. So I need to kind of get this guy killed really, so I can show you the other robots and what I would like to talk about. Now, granted, this the best way to play Chimera is to do what Stupendous calls and go backpacking rather than camping. So just move around and be a moving target, which is even more annoying for the enemy and not needed in the game, because I mean the damage is also too high for this Chimera weapon. You shouldn't be able to do this much damage from behind cover. I realise I'm not behind cover, but that's just my playstyle. But you could theoretically stand behind a wall and do exactly the same amount of damage. And it's I don't know what they were thinking, to be honest. It's silly. Okay, no one seems to be wanting to shoot at me, so I'm gonna go very aggressive now and get my my butch killed. I've got to kill. See Mr. Camper up there. Let's see if we can get rid of him real quick. I've got 7 minutes to play with. It should give me enough time to talk about what I want to. Oops, forgot target lock. Oh, finally, someone's decided to shoot at me. Probably this guy. Yeah, well there you go. Well, let's just keep on throwing Chimera at people, even though I want to. Oh, actually, let's let this guy shoot at me and kill me. Whee! Finally. Okay, let's talk about the Menders 1 and 2 first, the ones that I don't really have an issue with. When you equip these parts, first thing you'll notice is the little green health bars on all the friendlies, which is kind of cool, and I think that should be added, although I am getting horrendous lag. I don't know if it's just because it's a test server, or let's mend this guy. Now I'm in the Mender 1, which isn't the more efficient one. I prefer the Mender 2. Stay in range, buddy, and I'll help you. Yeah, the other one's more efficient. The Mender 2 is more efficient at healing, so because this one's fine, I honestly don't have a problem with the Menders 1 and 2. The Mender 2 is the bot to go with. You might see the difference. It's difficult to tell, But you see the green circle on the ground around me. That's your sphere of influence of being able to heal people. There's a noob train guy, wherever he is. Let's go give him. Oh, I was going to go give him a bit of love, but he's just running away. There's a guy at low health. I'll show you how much more efficient the Mender 2 is than the Mender 1. And because of how it, like I said, how it plays and how it will play in the game, the Mender 2 bot is the one I think that they should go for. Because it's not as silly as the Weyland, which is just a camper support bot. And not needed in the game. Did that guy die on me? Yeah. Well, I'm healing nothing then, apart from myself. It does have limits, by the way, the healing ability. Meaning, if you're really damaged, it won't heal you all the way. I'll show you what I mean. I'll let that thing hit me. Okay, now I'll heal. And you'll see I get 3 bursts. But that's it. People around me will still get healed. They're in that green circle. But that's all that'll heal me. And if I do it again, there's my 3 bursts. Now you might be able to see on the top left, there's a little grey out bar on where my health would be. That's its limit. So it won't heal me to full health, it'll only go as far as that. If I get damaged again, that greyness will be smaller again. So that's a good idea. So I can't heal to full each time. So it has got a limit. That's quite a smart idea. But like I say, I like the Menders. It's the Weylands I don't like. Just healing my buddy around here. There we go. Have some loving. As you can see, that little bit of grey has got bigger. So if I try and heal again, it won't take me all the way. I didn't even get to show you the Weyland, so I may cut straight to me playing the Weyland. Depends how fast. I wasn't really shooting it much, and I wasn't using any fancy robots, so I didn't really score that high. So let's jump straight back into another game. I should probably take the Butch out, seeing as the Chimeras, well, they do work on it, but they're not great. But let's jump into another game, just for speed's sake. Hey, and this map. I've had this map 4 times in a row now. Is it the only one that exists? Let's start in the stupid Weyland. They've even named it already, and it looks fairly. Oh, look at the amount of Weylands around me. Wow. Hopefully this will show off my point. They've all got their dragoons equipped as well, which is one of the reasons it makes it OP. It's got 2 high health for what it's designed to be, and it's got 2 heavies, and it climbs like a Raging, but its speed is kind of in between a Fujian and a Raging. So you're going to be able to do all the cool climbing things that see, I'm getting so much lag. It's difficult to control. Okay, my guess for this game is that we're going to dominate it. Because of all these ridiculous Weyland bots. which do admittedly look cool, but like I said, too OP. And I see my buddy here is damaged, so I'm gonna. He's healing himself, but I'm also gonna help by activating my little bastion ability. And you can still fire, by the way. You don't get the damage multiplier. Oops. Target lock would have been a good idea. Okay, there seems to be. Now this is one of the problems I was talking about. You're going to have two of these camped out at a certain spot. They could both do what we're doing now. This guy to my lag. This guy to my left. Both have the abilities equipped, and just keep healing the people. The friendlies around us all the time, constantly. To be honest, we could have. You could have one of these and a couple of Furies with that silly Chimera weapon sat at the back of any map behind cover. I mean, why move? There's no need to. You don't need to, you know. You've got the Chimera equipped, which just flies anywhere. Now, like the other bot, it's got limitations. I can't heal to full health. It only goes as far as that, as you can see on the top left, which is a good thing. So at least it's restricted slightly. Oh, why is that guy not dying? Yeah, so as predicted, we're dominating because you've got a bot that can heal itself and others with 2 heavy slots. Silly, silly, silly. And this is with, you know, remember all the new toys are on test, so in theory all the reds will have spectres, ravens, all the weapons to fight us with, but all we need is a Weyland or 2, and we can just tear them apart. Even with my lag and bad aiming. Now I can feel shotguns coming from somewhere, so let's concentrate on that. Okay, I'm gonna activate just for a second. Okay, I'm gonna have to move. I saw this Bulgasari coming in, but I kind of ignored it. So I will quickly get into the. I bet that's going to be game. But at least I got to show you the Weyland, which was kind of my point there. And you saw how quickly he won. So with the Mender 2 bot, I'm fine.